Hello and a very warm welcome back to Hugh's Nursery, and it is a very warm welcome indeed. We're enjoying such nice weather, and all this warm weather is really resulting in a huge growth of all the plants, and this is beginning to create now an abundance of food. So we're getting a lot of leafy greens and salads now which we can put into our meals, and we're really beginning to close down on the hungry gap. And one thing I really want to highlight in this video is the next best option if you can't actually grow your own food. And even if you do have a vegetable garden, then I think this is something brilliant you can do to supplement the food that you eat. And this only kind of works if you have easy access to the countryside. But being able to go out into the countryside and eating wild food is so satisfying. And you just need to be cautious that you actually know what you're eating is edible. And secondly, about the rules. Maybe there are some things which you can't pick because they're protected. And also, say there's a small clump of chanterelles and you take all of them, well, that's a bit immoral because they're not really going to come back again next year. So it's about finding a right balance. And what I'm going to do in this video is show you what we're going to harvest in the garden, but also go around our small holding and add a few more ingredients into our salad this lunchtime. Before we go on a bit of an adventure around the small holding to find, I'd probably say about 4 different wild foods that we can have at this time of year. Of course there are more, but just in front of me we have our salad bed which we're going to be using for this salad. We've got red mustard lettuce, we've also got radish, lettuce itself, and some salad rocket. And then also on the other side, the bed opposite where the tomatoes are going to be going, we've also got our pea shoots. So I'm just going to harvest a load of these, and it's so good that we're getting a lot of food to eat. This has been supplementing a lot of our meals over the past few days, and with all of this warm weather it means we also need to make sure that we keep on top of watering. So I'm standing in the really cool shade under a row of beech trees on our east side boundary of the hay meadow. And I love eating beech leaves because they have a distinct lemon-like flavour. And one thing I don't want to do is to eat beech leaves after June, because as the season progresses, the leaves actually become a lot tougher. So it's about going out and getting things fresh. And the thing about seasons and months is that, especially when you're out in the countryside, every single month will bring you a new group of wild foods that you can eat. And I think this is a perfect time to tell you a very quick story. So when I was 10 years old at my school, we did something called a spot. And the teachers came up and would literally be like, no, you can't eat that, it's really bad. And then what did make me laugh actually was that afternoon, this tree here is a hawthorn, and you tend to find these more often in hedgerows, but we've actually got one in our hay meadow. And similar to beech, you want to try and eat these leaves as early on as possible, or if there's new growth, to eat the leaves from the new growth. I'm here in the shade of the beech trees, and on the floor between the grass there's this awesome plant called sorrel. And I really like sorrel because it has, again, another lemony flavour. And this is something that I really do like to snack on. And it is quite early on in the season for sorrel, so it hasn't quite developed the leaf, which can be 2 or 3 times as big as this one. But again, if you've got quite a few growing around, like I do here, you can just pick a few and add these into a salad. Right beside me here are some stinging nettles, and if you're feeling brave you can eat them raw, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But it's not really something that you want to put into a salad because your tongue simply isn't going to thank you for that. But a couple of other uses for stinging nettles is either if you want to make a tea, you can simply pinch off the tops and add these into a mug of hot water, or you can actually cook these quite lightly and that will get rid of the sting. But I'm going to show you how to eat these raw, and I'm not going to promise you that you won't get stung, double negative, which means you might get stung, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway, and if you're up for the risk then definitely go for it. If you ever want to grab a nettle, it's to come from underneath, because if you go down then you're going to get the spikes and you're going to get stung. So my favourite part of the nettle is a fresh bit at the top. So you kind of come underneath and just keep on pulling up. To start pushing all these hairs up so you can get a grip. Okay? Now start doing the same up here. So you're literally wiping up the top, and then you're going to roll it into a ball. Now you've got that into a ball, you then roll it into your hands. But once you've rolled that in, it's time to eat it. And I suppose you could imagine this is maybe what grass tastes like. It's got a stronger flavour, but again, because I did that, I rolled it up nice and good. My tongue hasn't been stung yet, and it's something that you can be doing if you're either hiking or on a walk. I really hope that that adventure of finding and foraging some wild food around our small holding has inspired you at least to look maybe a bit further into what you can eat around your local area. And something really good about wild food is that it does actually add a whole nother dimension of tastes. Of course you might get some really bitter things or some oddly sweet things, but to at least have an awareness of what you can have straight from a hedgerow during what time of year, it can begin maybe adding a bit of a better perspective into what you can have your salads with. And when you have a salad with 9 different ingredients and almost a half and half split of straight from the garden or straight from a hedgerow, it really is satisfying to eat with, you know, a bit of balsamic vinegar and olive oil. So thank you very much. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of more of a fun but maybe inspiring video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And when you'll be watching this video, I'm actually going to be away in Slovenia, so stay tuned for some things about that soon. Goodbye.